Hi, today we are going to discuss the another microcert, which is nothing but the 80386. In that we are going to cover the introduction, features and operating modes of it. Introduction part, it is actually the designed by the Intel in 1985, not actually 1995, it is 85. It is upgraded version of 80286. Generally we consider 80386 means it is a DX series. There is a difference between the DX and SX. DX is the 32-bit double word operation it will perform. SX it is a single. SX stands for symbol and it is compatible with your 8086. Operating speed is twice that of the 80286. That means it is ability to carry 32-bit operation in a one cycle. The IC, the total pins are 132 and available in the ceramic pin grid array form. It also have the ability like a 286, that is a multitasking and protection ability capability. It supports the math core processor 80387, but it is not inbuilt, it is external. And the internal architecture, it is a it permit it has a dedicated hardware for multitasking. In features, it is a 32-bit. That's why we can say that the ALU can perform the operation on the 32-bit. So that's why ALU 32-bit. Bus as well as the address, data bus as well as the address bus, again 32 bits. It supports the physical memory addressing capability of the 4 GB. 2 to the power 32 is 4 GB, and physical memory, we are talking about the physical. If it is expandable using the virtual memory, it can address up to the 64 TB. It is again compatible, instruction wise compatible with the three other previous processors, that is 8086 as well as the 80286. It has a different operating frequencies with the different versions: 16 megahertz, 20 megahertz, 25 megahertz, and 33 megahertz. It also offers the three-stage pipeline, that is the fetch, decode, and execute. They will perform the simultaneously, so that's why the speed of operation is also greater. It supports the three operating modes. In actually 80286, there are only two operating modes. Now here it supports the three operating modes. One is the real, another is the protected, and third one is the virtual 8086 mode. 80386 has a 832-bit general purpose register. That is all the general purpose registers and segment registers also, we can say that. But here is the difference between the registers available in 286 and 386. E stands for the expandable. So if I write only AX, it is a half part, that is a 16-bit register of it. If I use the EAX, then it will access the 32-bit A register. It has a 8 register. Those are the byte as well as word addressable. Means we can access the 16-bit as well as a 32-bit. It has a different. It supports the different types like a bit, byte, word, double word, chord word, 10 bytes, integer, sign as well as a unsigned integer. Two 32-bit code as well as the stack segment register, that is the SS and CS, and four 32-bit data segment register, data segment, extra segment, FS and JS. It has a one 16-bit instruction pointer. Uh, it has a 32-bit flag register. Uh, there are only two flags which are the different than your 80286. One is a virtual mode flag and another is called as a resume flag. These are the only two new flags which is not available in 286. Again, it will support the non-multiplexing address as well as data bus, so that's why speed is faster. It has a 16 bytes of prefetch unit which will fetch the instruction in advance. 16 bytes of the instruction. 80386 support the 16 kilo number of segments and thus total virtual space which is a 4 GB into 16 kilos, that is 64 terabytes. This 386 support the virtual memory, paging and 4 level protection concept. So paging is the new concept introduced in the 386. It allows to switch between the different ways such as the DOS to Unix. It contains the dedicated hardware to perform the high-speed address calculation, logical to linear address translation, and protection check. So these are the some features of 80386. Now we are talking about the operating modes. 80386 supports the three operating modes: real, protected, and virtual. Initially, 286 was booted. Whenever we boot start the 803, it is booted in real mode, and to getting the higher performance, it goes to the uh, protective mode. So to separate, that is to switch from the real mode to the protective mode, you have to reset the 80286. So this is the drawback of your 80286 microprocessor. So to overcome this drawback, that is from switch from the real to protective mode, here in 386, the under the software command, it can be done. In the protective mode, 80386, that is real mode is same as the 80286. In protected mode, 386 microprocessor operates similarly like 80286, but it offers the high memory addressing ability because the number of address lines also increases. That's why the memory addressing ability is also greater. In virtual mode, the overall memory threads can be divided into the various virtual machines, and all of them acts as a separate computer with 8086 microprocessor. This mode is called as also called as the virtual 8086 mode, that is a V86 mode. The other one called as the virtual real mode. This mode allows the system to execute the multiple programs in a protected mode. So the advantage is that the virtual real mode, the advantage is that in case the any program at particular memory get crashed, then it will not cause any adverse effect on the other part of the memory. Actually, that is the part I want to deliver with this lecture. A little bit exercise for you. List the similarities and the difference between 80286 and 386 by studying the features. Thank you.